Welcome to Talking Tales with Tom. I'm Tom, and as always, I'm here with my good friend Maya. How are you today, Maya?
Hi, Tom. I'm doing great, but I have to admit, my mind feels a bit full today. You know that feeling? Like there are too many tabs open in a computer browser.
That is the perfect way to describe it, Maya. A cluttered mind. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. We want to talk about how to find peace when your brain just won't stop talking to you.
I think our listeners feel this every day. We're always checking our phones, answering messages, and thinking about what happened yesterday. It's exhausting.
It really is. So let's start with a small exercise for everyone listening. Maya, if I ask you, who are you? What is the first thing you think of?
Well, I'd say I'm a teacher, I'm a podcast host, and I'm someone who loves coffee.
Right. But those are all labels. Those are stories from your past or your job. If we take away your name, your job, and your history, what is left? Can you feel yourself just being there right now without thinking about the past?
That's interesting. When I stop thinking about my name or my past, it's like there's just a presence, a quiet feeling of being alive. But it's hard to keep that feeling because a new thought always jumps in.
Exactly. That is the stream of thinking. For most people, this stream never stops. It only stops when we sleep. But the secret to a happy life is learning how to step out of that stream for a moment.
But Tom, how do we do that? It's not like a light switch we can just turn off.
You're right, it's not a switch, but we have teachers all around us. For example, why do you think people love dogs and cats so much?
Because they are cute?
Well, yes, but there is a deeper reason. When you pet a dog, does the dog think about your mistakes? Does the dog have an opinion about your haircut?
No, definitely not.
Exactly. The dog is just there. The dog is conscious, but it doesn't think in words and judgments. When you play with a pet, for a few seconds, you stop thinking too. You are just present with the animal. In those seconds, you feel good because your mind is finally quiet.
I see. So the dog frees us from our own thoughts. That's why we feel so relaxed. It's like a break for our brain.
Yes, and we can find this in nature too. Have you ever looked at a very big mountain or the stars at night and just went, wow?
Yes, many times. You feel very small, but in a good way.
In that wow moment, you aren't thinking about your bills or your problems. The spaciousness of the sky creates a spaciousness inside you. For a moment, you are still.
But Tom, we can't always look at stars or play with dogs. Most of our time is spent looking at these little screens, our smartphones.
That is the big problem today, Maya. Think about it. When was the last time you saw someone just sitting on a chair, looking around and doing nothing?
Never. Everyone is looking at their phone. Even if they have only 30 seconds of free time, they pull out the phone.
Right. And what does the phone do? It clutters the mind even more. A text message, a TikTok video, a news alert, it's all noise. We are losing the natural space in our lives. We don't give our minds a chance to be empty.
So, are you saying we should throw away our phones?
No, of course not. But we need to be careful. We need to find inner space. Some people think this takes years of practice or special training, but I believe it is an instant thing.
An instant thing? How?
By just noticing the silence. Right now, Maya, between my words and your words, there is a tiny bit of silence. If you pay attention to that silence instead of the words, you are practicing presence.
That's a great tip. So, it's not about getting rid of thoughts, but about finding the space around the thoughts.
Exactly. Imagine a room. If the room is full of furniture and boxes, you can't move. You feel stressed. That's a cluttered mind. But the space in the room is always there, even under the furniture. We just need to find that space.
I like that analogy. It makes it feel less like a job and more like a discovery. But what about problems? If I have a big problem at work, I have to think about it, right?
Thinking is a tool, Maya. You can use your mind to solve a problem, but the problem is when the mind uses you. When you worry for 3 hours at night, you aren't solving the problem. You are just making yourself miserable.
So, being present helps us see the problem clearly without getting lost in the emotion.
Precisely. Life is challenging for everyone. Even successful people, famous people, or rich people have problems. I've met people who have everything, money, fame, and they are still unhappy because their minds are full of noise and judgment.
So, the kingdom of heaven that people talk about in old books, you're saying that's actually just this inner space?
Yes, in many languages, heaven and sky are the same word. The sky is vast and spacious, so the kingdom of heaven is the dimension of spaciousness inside you. It's a place where you can watch your life and your challenges without being hurt by them.
This is so helpful for language learners too. Sometimes we get so stressed about grammar or making mistakes that our minds get cluttered and we can't speak.
Exactly. If you are too busy thinking, is this the right tense? You aren't being present in the conversation. If you just relax and find that inner space, the words often come more naturally.
I'll definitely try to remember that. So, to summarize for our listeners, finding peace isn't about changing your life or your past. It's about finding the quiet space inside you right now.
Perfectly said, Maya. You don't need to wait for a dog or a mountain. You can just stop for a second, take a breath, and feel the presence of you without the stories.
Thank you, Tom. This was a really calming conversation. I feel like my mental tabs are finally closing.
I'm glad, and thank you all for listening to Talkin' Tales with Tom. Don't forget to take a moment today to just look at the sky and breathe.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye.